Joining me now is Sean Bell, who's a retired Air Vice Marshal and an advisor for Universal Defence and Security Solutions. Sean, thanks again for joining us. So, a lot of speculation about how Russia is remassing and heading into the east. Do you think that's what's happening?
Well, first thing I'd always say is I would never believe what the enemy was saying about the battlefield. Deception is a key part of any war fighting. What we can see is that Russian troops have withdrawn from Kiev, but what the next move is very much in Putin's mind, and nobody can read that at the moment. What we can read is satellite imagery is showing very clearly that there are Russian forces moving south past Kharkiv, and also the airfield at Dnipro is being targeted. Why there? Almost certainly because that's an air resupply route for Ukraine to get supplies back into the Donbass. It's also worth reminding everybody that Donbass, the fighting has been continuing there for 10 years. Our attention has been drawn to the capital and other higher profile places, but the fighting has never stopped in the Donbass. And although it might take, Western analysts believe, 2 to 3 weeks to get Russian forces re-brigaded, ready for the fight there, as we're hearing from some of the Ukrainian leaders, they're expecting the next phase of fighting to be particularly brutal and vicious.
Well, that's my question now. How useful are they? And is this what Zelensky actually needs?
Well, what Zelensky has said, I want weapons, weapons, weapons. What's pretty clear is that daily Ukrainian forces are attacked from the air and attacked from the ground. So from the air, Zelensky has regularly asked for a no-fly zone, which at the moment NATO is reluctant to provide. So he needs weapons that can take out aircraft from the sky. There's around 250 sorties a day being launched by Russia. So that's quite a big threat. On the ground, obviously, anti-tank weapons. What we have provided the UK is Javelin, NLAW and Starstreak weapons, which have proved very, very effective in the hands of the Ukrainians. But it's one thing providing them, but where do they come from? What's the supply? You can't just go into a supermarket and buy these things. They are developed by individual nations in partnership with their industry. They take years to develop. They then agree a production line to deliver war stock and some training.